This week I did not work on too much. I focused on two items specifically this whole week. I don't think I showed this shore. I don't think I showed this store off last week. I think that I only showed stores 1 through 3. Um, so this is my store number 4. And I think I think that's it for stores that I'm working on. So this is just like definitely a lot bigger than the other stores that I've been working on. This is just based off of, from what I could tell from this picture, Sears, an old Sears store. So I just kind of copied the front and overhang and the sides, and then I just assumed that maybe it was just going to be like a straight store all the way down. So then I also added in the designs for the overhangs on the sides, just like that. Um, then I put in the then I put in the windows and the metal frames for the windows as well as the door. Um, so now people can apply any textures they need to. I'm not too sure about the names yet. I might work on that next week. We definitely can't use names like Sears because that's a no-no. I might try and come up with some names just to throw on some of the stores. But this is one thing that I've worked on this week was just finishing this up and just adding in more details. And then my other big thing that I was working on was, I got two of these open. Let's close one of those. A cinema. So I was looking through, like, I wanted to make another store, but I'm not. Yes. I was looking through to see. I was gonna do one more store after 4 and have 5 stores total. And I was looking through pictures, and then I came across a cinema, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not sure we have a cinema yet. We gotta have some type of cinema sitting in this background in this city, you know. So I've been just going off of this one. This one was interesting with the tower. I tried to copy it the best I could. Um, with a couple of shapes here and there and resizing it to give it that design and shape. Um, then here's the board for the movies. Might actually just kind of size that down a bit then. Let's perspective. No. Let's do a default W. Go back into here. Let me just size this down. I feel like it should be better like that. I don't think it should be that long. That looks a little bit better. Might size it a little bit more. And then I'll just put up some like posters here. I had no idea how this is gonna look in here. It looks like it's just a blank wall with some windows on top. I'm still gonna add the windows. Then I also started the front with the window frames and the windows and the door. So I just kind of tried to do that the best I could. So here's that, and then I'll add in the windows later. I'll do the same thing for this side and then for this side, and I'll probably pop some windows in above each of the posters. But that's what I thought. Maybe just, I don't know, guys could throw something in there just for posters, or I could look for some type of image that I could just throw in there. But then it kind of comes down to like copyright or whatever. So I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with those, but I'm sure if you look at this, you probably just assume that those will be posters for movies. I think I might throw something on the top here, like that, or whatever this is in the corner. I assume that's probably just the area where the door opens to get onto the roof. And then again, for name, I am not entirely sure. I think that's going to be one thing I'm going to work on next week with all the stores, and this is to just figure out a name, throw it on here as well as here. And I'm having an interesting dilemma trying to figure out what I want to do with this. So these are kind of like those like cubes, glass cubes that you don't really see through. That's what they look like to me. It looks like they are. They could be just something else, but I don't know how I want to wrap it around this corner right here. But I need to try and figure out how to put that in. I was thinking about making just some type of grid, and then copying and pasting it all the way down and then cutting it out. so that way you kind of have that shape going. Um, I think that's it for the theater. And I just assumed what it might look like on this side, so that's what my theater's looking like. And that's what I've worked on this week. Next week, I will be working on. I'm trying to talk with the team to figure out what the deadline is, because this is going to be the last week, and there's a lot of stuff going on and lots of stuff to turn in, and I'm trying to talk to them to see what they need. Chris said, I think it was Chris, right? Before Friday. Okay, so that works for me. Because I was trying to figure out, because I know we still have a sprint log next week too, so I want to make sure I had stuff to work on. So what I'll probably work on throughout the week, before stuff is due on Friday to add to the build, is work on all the small details of all my buildings. Like go through the houses, go through the stores, go through the cinema, and add things like the door handles, maybe any outside things on walls, any attachments to walls or windows, figuring out names just to kind of like throw on here, for all the buildings. So that way by Friday I could turn them all into the file that they need to be, put them in the Dropbox, and they could be added to the game, and we got it all set up for the end of the week. So that's going to be that's what my week looks like. Just going back through and adding all the small details. I might add something else. I might kind of like look through and figure, just kind of think as a whole, what else are we missing? What else could I possibly add to this level? I don't know why, but OBS is making this like forest green look like a disgusting brown. But I'll try and figure out what as a whole our game could use, what I could possibly make to add. But I think we should be good so far. So that's what I'm going to be working on, just adding a bunch of details. Maybe look back at my mailbox and light to see if there's anything I need to do. But that's what I'm working on next week. Any obstacles? I'm not entirely sure. I think I should be good for my other class. I still need to look at what the week looks like for that to make sure I've got everything I need. And then from there, it's the final stretch. And we're done. This has been fun.